Welcome back to episode 15 of our outdoor kitchen project. I'm Simon, and for the last 3 years I've been designing and building my dream outdoor kitchen. It's got everything I've always wanted. It's got a pizza oven, always wanted a pizza oven. We've got the barbecue and a gazebo just to keep the rain off so I can use the kitchen any time of the year. That's the plan. But now, in this video, I'm going to show you how I built the countertops. So finally, I can do food prep out here, because up until now I've been doing it in the kitchen, bringing it out, and it's just been a whole faff. Whereas now I got some countertops finally, and also a little bar area, which is awesome. Not done the cupboards yet. They'll be coming in a later video, but in this episode I want to run through what's gone on. I think it's been about 6 months since I last did. I think the last video was the speaker, to be honest. So yeah, it's been about 6 months. We're going to go through laying the concrete floor, how I did that. Then I painted the dome and guttering. Forgot the guttering. Yeah, we put some guttering up, and finally built these countertops. So we'll get into that now. Hopefully you'll enjoy, and then we'll have a catch up at the end. Next job is the floor. So I've installed some guttering around the edge of the kitchen here, just because it's close to the damp proof course on the conservatory. Then I figured the best way of handling this was to split the floor into 5 sections. It's just going to make it easier for me to do in individual bits, which will save my back. I've framed out each of those sections with some 2x1 wood, and that's just held in place with some brackets that are bolted to the floor in the existing slabs. And then mixed up some concrete. So it's always best to get your team of little helpers in to help move the ballast, and then mix up your concrete, fill in each of the sections one by one and level them off, and then once the concrete's gone off we can float it and smooth them out, and then just a case of repeating that until all the sections are done. Next job is the guttering. I needed some way of stopping the rain running straight onto the countertops. So I've added some mini guttering along the front of the gazebo, and then just run the waste into the existing downpipe.
It's gonna take time to get there. It's gonna take a while. We wanna make it fast. It's gonna take time to get there. It's gonna take some time. We wanna make it fast.
Right, our first job is to make the countertop. Now I'm going to use some wood that I found in the loft. I don't own a jointer, so the best I can do is to put 2 planks together, use the circular saw, and that then should give me 2 edges that I can glue together. I've then made a pair of clamps using some offcuts of wood. Once the wood has dried, the next problem to solve was how on earth am I going to flatten the surface? For this, I needed to build a router sled. So the idea is that I can pass the router up and down across the wood and sort of flatten it out, sort of layer by layer. So I then built a frame for the sled to run on, and that's when the real work started. So this was proper back-breaking work, sort of going up and down, up and down. It seemed to take forever. I'd only needed to level one side, and it only took, I think it was 2 passes. The amount of sawdust that came off was ridiculous. It would have kept a hamster in bedding for years. Next job is framing. I'm using untreated framing timber, purely just to keep the costs down. Hopefully this shouldn't get wet, so I'm hoping it'll last. I then created a set of wooden feet. So I've got some damp-proof membrane from a previous job, so I've sandwiched that between 2 pieces of treated timber. So I'm hoping that'll stop any water rising up into the frame. I had some roof lining left from the gazebo build, so I've stapled that onto the frame, and hopefully that'll keep some of the weather out. I've cladded the outside using offcuts again from the gazebo roof. I've cut those to size and then just screwed them to the frame. I added a little chamfer to the boards and lightly sanded them just to make them aesthetically look better and make the painting a little easier.
Whatever the plan, I'm holding the best of me out of my hand. I know you always understand. Bring me into golden sunlight. If I'm going with you, I'm looking to.
The bar is made from 2 planks of treated wood that I've glued together. I had to buy these, so they are just cheap treated softwood. Before I can mount the bar top, I needed to make some brackets. I'm using more leftover wood from the gazebo build for this. I marked out 2 large brackets for the ends and a smaller one that's going to go in the middle. I then cut them out using a reciprocating saw. It was the only tool that I had that would handle that size of wood. Luckily, I've still got 2 hands left after doing this job, so I wouldn't recommend doing it that way. A bandsaw would definitely have been a lot easier. I'll add that to my fantasy workshop tool list, I think. This is the first test fit of the brackets, and I wasn't sure whether to do 4 or 3 or 2, but I think 3 is the way to go. So got 2 full-size brackets on the end here, and then sort of a 3/4 sized one in the middle. That way, I think when you put the bar stools under, you're not going to catch your knees. So first test fit, and everything is looking awesome so far. I'm using some hard wax oil to finish the bar and the countertop. This one I'm using here has an English oak stain in it, which I'm hoping will match the rest of the kitchen. After 2 coats, it's looking pretty damn amazing. For the brackets, I'm using the leftover paint that we used from the gazebo build. Same for the cladding, I'm using the leftover anthracite paint that I used on the inside of the roof. Next job was sanding the countertop. Now this took forever, but it was well worth it. I've added some wood to cover the end grain, mainly because I miscalculated the width of the countertop, so it was a little short. I realised that the hard wax oil is not going to keep the British weather at bay, so I'm hoping by sort of refinishing it a couple of times a year, and I've also got a complete cover for the whole unit. I'm hoping it'll last. Now for the finishing touches. I've added some sacrificial skirting board at the bottom, a place to rest my feet, and some trim to cover up the screws. And that's the basic unit all done.
Like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
Right, hope you enjoyed that catch up. I really enjoyed building these countertops, and I can't wait to get the rest of the cupboards built. I'm hoping to get some sort of fridge in there, possibly a 12-volt fridge would be ideal. Then I can run it off the solar panels and the battery. That would be awesome. So I'm hoping it won't be another 6 months before the next video comes out. I'm hoping I can get these cupboards in and we can get a video out on that, and then finish up the battening as well, and create some sort of shelves or some area where I can hang my tools as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.